Earlier this week, the good boys from Mastodon released Fallen Torches off of their upcoming Medium Rarities compilation album, so of course I wanted to give you guys a lesson on how to play it. The only problem was I couldn't figure out exactly how to play every one of those parts in that super thick mix, so I did what anybody else would do and called up my good buddy Bill Kelliher from Mastodon and asked him exactly how they play all those dope riffs.
Hey Uncle Ben, it's Uncle Bill.
So on today's video, Uncle Ben and Uncle Bill are going to take you guys on a riff-by-riff voyage through Fallen Torches. Well, hey there kids, it's your good buddy, Uncle Ben. So earlier this week, Mastodon released Fallen Torches, and I listened to it about 1,000,000 times and then was inundated by numerous smoke signals, carrier pigeons, and telepathic messages from you guys asking for a lesson on how to play it. So I hit up my good buddy Bill from the band and asked him if he could record a couple of quick videos for all of us to make sure that we were playing the riffs right. And because Bill is such a swell guy, he took the time out of his schedule to help us out, and that's what brings us here today. As always, downloadable tabs are available to everybody who supports my channel over on patreon.com/BenEllerGuitars. For even just the low cost of $1 a month, you get access to all kinds of tabs on there, as well as tons of bonus lessons, backing tracks, and more. So click the link in the video description below and check out my Patreon page today. Thanks! Okay, so this song is in drop C tuning, which is like drop D, but more lowlier. So I've got my lovely Dunnable Cyclops here tuned down, C, G, C, F, A, D. Tone-wise, I am using the amazing Fractal Audio Axe FX 3 today. I also have this DoD grunge pedal. I won't be using it, I'm just showing off. This song starts off with a monster Masto riff that also serves as the verse. Show 'em how it's done, Bill. So you'll notice that the riff starts off with a couple of chords up here in the 10th position. The shape that we're using right here is a great way to play minor chords when you're in a drop tuning, because whenever you fret this shape down, you end up with the intervals root, fifth, and flat third, which is exactly what makes up a minor chord. The riff starts off here with that chord shape up here in the 10th position, so we're holding down 10, 10, and 13 on the bottom 3 strings. There's a little bit of strumming on this chord shape mixed in with some open palm muted chugs on that low C. I'll play it slow. Then all you gotta do is to move that chord shape down a fret, so you're on 9, 9, and 12, and play the same rhythmic figure. Take it back up to the 10th position, play exactly the same thing you started with. And then we have 2 different ending licks. Here's the first one. So that's starting off with the 5th string, 2nd fret, 6th string, 6th fret, same string, 5th fret, and then play a little pinch harmonic on the 6th fret of the 5th string. Juicy. After that, play the first part of the riff again. And then we have a second lick to end the riff. Sounds like this. Bottom string on the 6th fret, 5th string, 8th fret, back to the low note, and then go down 1 fret and play another pinch harmonic. continues all the way through the verse, and then we get to the chorus, which has a ton of layering going on. The main rhythm guitar part of the chorus features a couple of really strange chords that I could not figure out. Let's take a closer look.
Yeah, this is a bitch. Yeah, good luck with that one. I'm sure you can do it, but hey.
So this chord grip here features the 5th fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret on the next string, 4th fret on the next string, and then your open 3rd string. Intervallically, that gives us root, 3rd, 7th, and root. So this is actually like a really cool way to play an F major 7 chord with no 5th. So as you can see there, you do a little bit of strumming on the bottom strings before doing this little back and forth between the 4th and 3rd strings. Before we change up to this chord shape, which is a nasty stretch that goes from 4 to 1 to 4, and then features that 3rd string open again. I kind of interpret this as being like a dominant flat 9 chord with a couple of notes missing. Same strumming and picking pattern. The harmony of those chord voicings is fleshed out even more by the leads that go on top of it. There's a low one down here and a high one up here. How you be playing that, Bill?
All right, this is one of the harmonies. This is from my demo, so this might have changed a little bit, but this is pretty much the idea, so.
So we're going to start off here on the 1st string, 7th fret, next string, same fret, next string, same fret. Then you're going to shift your 1st finger down to playing the 4th fret on that string. Next you're going to climb back up by hitting that same note again on the 4th fret, same string, 7th, next string here on the 7th, and then finish off here with the 6 on your 1st string. The next section of that lead starts off here on the 2nd string, 8th fret, play the 3rd string, 7th, open, and then 4. And then make your way back up by playing that same note again. Same string but 7th fret, 2nd string 7, 3rd string 6. That's layered in with a second lead track that's almost the same thing but an octave higher. So let's get up here to the dusty frets and start off with our 1st string on fret number 19, same fret next string, same fret next string again, and then play that same string down on 16. Now what you're going to do is to creep your way back up. Play that same note again, back up to 19, 19 on the 2nd string, and then play 18 on your 1st string. And then when it repeats, it's the exact same thing except for the last note. So let's start off again walking down that arpeggio. And then this time when you walk back up, you're going to play that note, go back up to 19, 19 on the 2nd string, but then you're going to end here by playing the 18 on the 3rd string. Truly magical. After that we get a repeat of the verse and the chorus before we get to the big old burly bridge. So this section is essentially this little riff stem, and then we're going to play 3 different endings. So this little stem here starts off by hitting the 6th string open and hammering on to fret number 2. Hit your 4th string open, go back and hit that 2nd fret on the low string again, and start to slide your hand up here to the 6th position, where you're going to hit a little 1-finger power chord on the bottom strings. Now let's talk about that first ending. We're going to hit each of these 3 notes 6 times, starting off with the 4th string 9th fret, then play the 8th fret, and then go to your 3rd string and play fret number 6. Play the stem again, and then the second ending, which starts off with the same first 2 notes. So we're going to be starting off again here on the 4th string 9th fret, 8th fret, and then play your 5th string 7th fret. And then after this, we're going to play the stem again, and then this last ending, which goes back to using that sort of minor bar chord shape that we started the song with. Start off with that chord shape up here at the 9th position, so you're playing 9, 9, and 12 on those bottom strings. Move down a fret, then move down to the 5th position, so it's like 5, 5, 8, then move up a fret. First ending, second ending, first ending, and then a third ending. That leads us to the bridge of the song, which features a very heavily effects-laden guitar part that I never would have figured out. Check it out. So I'm not exactly sure about what all effects Bill has pulled up on the line 6 helix right there. It sounds like there's some kind of an octave doubling going on, like a 12-string effect, as well as maybe some other kind of harmonization, like maybe a major third harmony or something weird like that. For those of you guys playing the home game, I'll be playing without any kind of harmonization or effects on my guitar. That way you guys can get a clear idea of what's going on with this part. The first thing I want you guys to be aware of in this section is the time signature, which features one odd measure of 3 in there. I'll just play the bass notes here and count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the odd one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the original recording and try to count along with the bass part like that. That way you can get a good idea of what the groove feels like through this section. Let's hear what that sounds like without all that special sauce. This one is a real finger twister. Let's start off here with the 6th string, 13th fret. Then you're going to hit the 3rd string open. Then what you're going to do is to play that same string on fret number 14. Notice I'm using my little finger to fret that. That's so that my first finger can be back here grabbing the 11 on the 2nd string. Then go back to the 3rd string note. So you got... Next, use your first finger and play the 6th string, 12th fret. Open 3rd string, 14th fret 3rd string, just like before. And then you got to play the 15 on the 2nd string, 13 on the 1st string, then 12. Then go back and play that 15th 2nd string and 14th 3rd string again. To me, it kind of helps to visualize kind of what you'd recognize as like a D minor chord shape, you know, an octave up when you play this section. Because it kind of lands you in it right there, you know? So the first section is going to be... Then you got to play the first section again, but remember, this is the measure that's in 3/4, so it gets cut a little short. It sounds like this. And that's it. Immediately go back and play the 12, which starts the 4th section of this part. Start off here by playing the 6th string, 12th fret, open 3rd string again, 14th fret on the 3rd string again, 15th fret on the 2nd string, and then play this little run. We're going to play 14 and 12 on the 3rd string, and then the 15 on the 4th string. So we're going to have the first part, second part, the short first part, then the 4th part. I love the next section here in the bridge where Scott Kelly from Neurosis comes in with his vocals. This is also a very layered part. I'm just taking a guess here. It sounds like there's like some fuzz or distortion on a bass. There's a couple of guitars playing in a few different octaves. So I'll kind of show you guys a composite of roughly what's going on here. So I'm starting off here on the 5th string, 6th fret, go over here to the 5th on the lowest string, then go back to the 5th string, 5th fret. Then we're going to walk down these 3 notes on the bottom string. We're going to play 8, 7, and 6. And lastly, finishing out with that open low C. Second section is pretty similar and it gets different at the end. Let's start off with the same notes we had before. But this time when you do the walk, instead of simply playing the 6 on the bottom string, play that note plus the 4 on the 5th string. This is kind of like a drop tuning inverted power chord. Again, that might be 2 separate guitars. One of them is really fuzzy and the other one is a little bit more of a clear distorted tone. Sounds like they're combining to make that combination. I don't think any one guitar is playing that chord, but that's the sum total of notes. After that, you're going to come down here and play another inverted power chord. This is just the 2nd fret on the bottom string and the open 5th string. So play that, and then that open low string again. Here come the inverted chords. Birdly. After that, you're back to that bridge riff with the stems and the 3 different endings. And then we'll get to one of my favorite parts of the song, the big nasty outro riff. Beat that thing, Bill.
All right, for this fucking basher half barbecue pit fucking riff, I had to go back and listen to the bass because it's like this.
Start off by hitting the 4th fret on your bottom string and doing a pull off, a couple of chugs, and then we're going to use that minor chord shape here at the 2nd fret, so it's like 2, 2, 5. Hit it there and slide up a fret, and then take this chord shape all the way down to fret number 1. And then you're going to hit your open low string 4 times. Do that 3 times in a row. And then we're going to play something a little bit different. So this time we're doing a pull off here on the 5th fret, and our chords is sliding around here from the 4th position up to the 5th, okay? Then go back to the 4th fret, 2 strikes, then 4 more of those open low strings. So that little ending section sounds like this. All together you should have this. And that, kids, is everything you need to know about this new classic by Matterhorn. Mastodon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge thanks goes up to my buddy Bill from Mastodon for filling in the gaps and helping make this video possible. Be on the lookout for Medium Rarities coming at you soon. I can't wait to listen to it. It's full of unreleased songs like Cut You Up With a Linoleum Knife off the Aqua Teen soundtrack and much more, so it should be awesome. Free tabs are available on my Instagram page. Just search for hashtag WeekendWankShop277. But if you want the downloadable ones as well as a bunch of backing tracks, bonus lessons, and more, be sure to support my channel over at patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Thank you guys as always for watching. Now get away from the computer and start working on this awesome tune. Less clicking, more picking.